St. Patty's Day's fest approaching. 96% Irish, according to Ancestry.
Man, this was the nastiest cellies I done seen. Oh, there you go. And number 3, look at this celly. Look at this celly. Wait for it. Hold on. Oh, there you go. He followed again. Why? Oh, that's nice. Watch this. It's one of the nastiest cellies I done seen. Man, hold on. This one's the nastiest cellies I done seen. Oh, there you go.
So it's been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
This here, Juju.
Also, dire wolves were closer to jackals than gray wolves, and I only know that because I nearly crashed out trydire to figure out the jackal problem. What's the jackal problem? I'm glad you asked. So there's 3 types of jackals: the blackback, the side stripe, and the golden jackal. One of these is not like it's the golden jackal. Okay, this gets real confusing. So golden jackals are found in Africa and Eurasia. I used to think they were one and the same problem, is apparently not. You see, what had happened was the golden jackal Eurasia diverged from the wolf coyote common ancestor 1.9 million years ago. Correct me if I'm wrong, I just might. The African variety diverged 1.3 billion sometimes. So that means there's about 600,000 years of separation between the 2 types of jackals, which aren't even jackals to begin with. They're closer to wolves and coyotes. So much that because they diverged later, Africa actually had a golden wolf this whole time. So to recap, 3 types of jackals. Golden jackals aren't even closely related to the other jackals. 2 types of golden jackals. Both jackals are more related to wolves, and the African jackal pretty much is a wolf. Now, where does the dire wolf fit in? According to a study in 2021, scientists figured that the dire wolf is actually more closely related to the side stripe and blackback jackal. So what that mean? The dire wolf wasn't actually a wolf. The closest thing would be a giant jackal, like a coyote on a creatine. So the question is, why did they genetically modify a wolf when it's not even the closest thing? I don't know, it's starting to sound like the scientists were horrifying. It sounds like they just made a giant wolf to meet the expectations of what most people would think a dire wolf would look like. And that's not as exciting. In fact, it might be a problem. But that's for another video. Don't really listen. One of the famous ones.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? Return there and really sets up his offense nicely. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they get to him just before he scores, run out of bounds at the 1.
The best offenses are the ones that can run the football in the red zone when the defense knows it's coming. It's hard to throw the ball down in this area of the field. They go with the toss play and they pick up the big game.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before.
You're as smart as you are handsome.
I didn't think you were foolish.
No hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Line gets set, first down. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Looking to pass on second down. He finds his man. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Boy, could they use a conversion on third and short from their own 24. They'll try to get the first through the air. Extending the play. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Bro, what are you doing? Go get the quarterback.
Line, and it'll be a first down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Wants to throw on first down. Floating away.
Bro, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are you standing there?
Well, they dial up a pass play there on first down. How about the quarterback there? Buys time. He's outside. He's looking for people to get open on the scramble drill, but there's nothing happening. And just a really quick decision to decide to take off and go get another first down now. And they've got the defense on their heels.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Using the quick game. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
Looking to pick up a first down on third and short from the 43. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
That's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
He'll get rid of it. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Coming after him. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. first one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put
It's
together a
just
drive
loud.
like that, I would do more of
Boy,
the
it's
same.
loud.
Keep the
Set
pace,
that
keep
shit.
it
Come
going.
on, baby. Come on, boy.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. First down here for the offense. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. It's complete to the left. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
He's just got a knack. I mean, he just finds his way out of things and scrambles outside the pocket and then makes plays, gets completions. It's just so frustrating for a defense to try to bottle a guy up like this with so much talent.
Dropping back, it's Bean. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the big fella. At the 40, there he goes. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. The give to the back. Fights off a defender. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Running back searching for a hole. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
And the Wolverines are flying down the field. Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got some room, headed to the goal line.
I thought they were going to do for a hole.
And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on
I'm
them.
missing one right there, coach.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had 0 problem putting up points, not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before them. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they
they
really
didn't
need
get
to
that
get
shit
it
off.
going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, these 4-3 defensive ends that can get pressure on quarterbacks, they get paid a lot of money in the National Football League, and that's why. When you can get out of your stance and win it around the edge to get to the QB, not many guys do it as well as that.
And the Trojans will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He's got great speed. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
This defense got a lot of people's attention last week when they had 3 sacks. You know the offense was watching film, and they saw all these pass rushers and their abilities. They thought they had a good plan, but it's not working right now. They've already given up a sack here early in the game.
Getting some heat. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
receives it with the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Wolverines will punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. One final play before the end of the quarter. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Second down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Michigan 14, USC 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. They'll try the run. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
Now, fourth down.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Well, the upside is you could get a first down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. How about that defense?
Let's go.
Up and
Needed that.
on fourth down.
aggressive on your side of the
You
field.
might have been able to challenge
That's a
that, but
different
he can't
world.
call
Like you
timeout
live
no
in the
more.
analytics world, and I know people say go for it more
Yeah, we
often.
going big,
I
big,
don't see
big.
the
Yes,
point
sir.
going
We
for
coming
it
that way.
early in the game in that
We
situation.
coming that way.
Powers through the defender.
Let's go.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And before they can kick it, the receiving team's going to call a timeout. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 17, set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to
Don't
go
go
tempo.
off
You're
the back
gonna have to
foot
try to
like
fit
that,
in as
young
many
man.
plays as you can
I
throughout
see
the
what
rest of
you
this game.
digging.
I think more
I
than
see
that,
what
you
you
try
putting
to
down. I
eliminate
see
some
what you
negative
looking at.
plays.
It ain't a
No
bad
more
look.
penalties and no more turnovers.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Right on target this time. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations of USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out, because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them there.
To the air on 1st down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on 1st down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
The Trojans racing to the line in a hurry-up. And the legendary John McKay would be proud of the execution of the running game, picking up the first down.
The basic principles of the run game, right? The easy stuff, the boring stuff, not fancy, not loved. Everybody likes points and all that other, stuff that goes.
Going for the big play. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him
Boy, see that just back off field. He
makes
is
a bad
crazy.
decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Unloads it left. And that pass is intercepted. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Trying the left side. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he drops to throw. They've got the screen set up. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Snagged in the middle. It's Ali. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Blasted as he lets it go.
Let's go.
And he will
Ali
take it
Boumbaye. Ali Boumbaye. Ali Boumbaye.
Well, they got the touchdown, and the quarterback also had snot bubbles the size of his fist coming out of his nose after
He
that.
definitely got smacked.
And you don't want to take too many of those shots. You got the touchdown, but the offensive line, obviously a little bit more protection would be good. But in the end, touchdown.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this.
Damn.
Charlotte has dug itself a hole today, and I don't think they're climbing out of that puppy. Huge interest in this game, and they have rolled over. They're trailing by 18 to UTSA. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest
Here.
of the game. You got to go out.
What you
gotta call
doing?
your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this run.
Quarterback checking off. On second down, wants to throw it. Quick strike complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Trojans will hustle to the line. He's looking to throw on third and short. Takes a hit as he fires. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. Well, the offense is taking a chance here.
This is how you
staying
get
on the
beat
field
back.
inside its own
Punt
40.
the ball away, let your defense play.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Steps away to find some room. And he's sacked. A big play on fourth down to stop this drive.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Oh, it's loose. The defense scoops it up, and they're bringing it back.
Okay. I guess shit happens your way when you want it to.
You know what the cherry on the sundae is? You get the big hit and force the fumble.
Yeah, come on, let's have it back.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He's got his man.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Looking at a 2nd and short now. Off the play fake. Feeling some heat. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
Great. You see my cousin around this motherfucker somewhere?
He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throwing right. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes in the back end that can cover, and they can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one away.
On 3rd down, going up top. And he intercepts it. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
On 1st down, here comes this offense. And as the clock runs out here in the 2nd quarter, this offense happy with the lead it has built, and they'll go to halftime.
You never want to make a mistake right before the half and change the momentum of the football game. So I get it. Sometimes you want to be patient. Sometimes you want to be a little bit conservative, and obviously they're taking the conservative route.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Wolverines will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. He'll return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Got blown out in the 1st half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Off play action. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
Does this head coach not believe in punting? Does he think punting's against the rules? Quarterback checking the play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the pass hits, picked off. Touchdown, Wolverines. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
Yeah, how about that, man? 4th down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board. And that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. Not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
That makes the score Michigan 35, USC 0.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They'll give it to the back. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Talk about aggressive. This head coach is keeping the offense on the field inside his own 30. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on down. Excellent field position here for the offense. The give to the tailback. Twist his way through. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Knocked down after a pickup of 6, and they're trying to impose their will in the red zone. Ball's at the 13.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Makes the grab. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And I like it. 3rd down and short, and this offense stays aggressive, and now they're set up. Forget the field goal. We're not looking for 3 now. Now set up in a 1st and goal, trying to get a touchdown.
The Wolverines have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll put the tight end in motion. Power ahead. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Quickly complete. Touchdown, Michigan! And the pummeling has started.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Charlotte has dug itself a hole today, and I don't think they're climbing out of that puppy. Huge interest in this game, and they have rolled over it. They're trailing by 14 to UTSA. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth.
Sends it downfield. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. Inside the 30. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
They're looking for an advantage to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
They're getting this guy lathered up. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays from this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They'll leave it with him. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
I like the offense using misdirection there because at this point in the game, you're just trying to get one guy out of position. If one guy can lose leverage, that can be an explosive play offensively. You saw it right.
Well, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Bean. Lets it go to the end zone. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Don't even think about sending the special teams
by the rich
out
heritage of the Philippines,
3.
we look to the 3 main island groups, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, each with its own unique traditions.
Stop short on 4th down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
From the gun, running back on the move. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. from the shotgun to hand it off to the back. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. This guy's seriously not going to go for it this close to his own end zone. I mean, he does have a punter, doesn't he? On fourth down, going to the air. He'll try to do it himself. This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a first down.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. The back goes in motion. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. And his fifth interception of the game. A miracle they haven't pulled him yet.
And you don't see this very often. The big defensive linemen. You see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time. But how confusing is it, Palmer, when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Back to throw, it's Bean. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
Michigan 42, USC 0.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They go to the ground. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. And the Trojans moving quickly to the line.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense. Stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. Trying play action. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
When I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
Man, that's a rough outcome. I get it. I want to try to be aggressive, but backed up in your own territory, aggressive, and you fail. Now you set the other team up for almost automatic points.
Instead, she ran straight through, focused on the win.
Trying to find his man on first down. Fires to the tight end. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the beatdown has ensued. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Waited at the finish line, hoping she'd stop to greet them. Instead, she ran straight through, focused on the win. Her dedication left her husband a bit confused, but it shows just how much that race meant to her. This mom was
ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. They're lining up to boot it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. To the ground, he's got it again. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. The Trojans want to crank the tempo. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
And the Trojans will send out the punt unit. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And the returner will be knocked down. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Offenses ice football games in the 4th quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now. Right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop us, and they're looking pretty impressive right now doing it.
They'll go to the ground. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball dumbass. Incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. That's exactly what happened.
And the Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Misjudges it a bit and muffs it.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you punt them the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field, all the speed on the field for that punt coverage team, and you could tell they caught up with them to force the fumble.
Slams ahead.
Yeah, now I'm putting 80 on them bitch ass niggas when I get off tomorrow too. He a bitch.